Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 17 of March Comes Like a Lion. So, three chapters for this episode. One of them really short, and the first one was really kind of irrelevant. But really, what really stood out was the last part, the last chapter of this episode, which was amazing, and I'm probably gonna go most in depth about that. The very beginning was kind of just fun and goofy. It was really more to show, Ray with his quote unquote grandfather, as the guy was calling him, and it was just meant to show like the winner of course, the tournament and talk a little bit about that stuff like that. Really, the whole thing comes in when we see Ray's sister again, and his sister once again acts like a bitch. That's nothing new, right? That's something I think we're all used to. She gets really pissed off and in his face about the whole fact that apparently the father found out about the whole argument that apparently she left when she had to walk away from him because the guy, when he lost the tournament, he left her behind, and of course someone must have ratted that out or must have talked to the father about it. So she's like right away saying, "Oh, Ray, you're the one who did it. You must have ratted us out and said this and that to Dad because now apparently Dad's pissed off, etc." And Ray's like, "No, I never said anything to him. For the most part, Ray hasn't ever contacted his dad beyond one episode so far, so I doubt he would go and tell him a whole story." But she still is like, "Oh, yeah, that's what happened, whatever." I think the cutest thing was Momo over here, though, who is you didn't even realize was there next to Ray. And she's like, "Oh my God, Ray, you gonna get into a fight? What's going on?" Momo, you're so cute, Momo. I'm telling you, like, she should be the spokesperson and the image of March Comes Like a Lion. Like, get all rid of all the melancholy, scenes of Ray and stuff like that. Have Momo there. Look, come on, look at that face. Look at that. I felt so bad. She was all scared because Ray was in a fight and she was worried that he was gonna get hurt. The other sister came in and threw Ray a box of food, and she goes, she basically yelled at his quote unquote sister, and really got in her face. I thought that was really funny. But then the third part happens, and this is where we kind of have Ray and the sister once again talking, and she finally starts kind of showing that she really is vulnerable. She doesn't know what the fuck's to do. She's at this point in her life that, she knows the dude's 20 years older than her. She knows that he's married. She knows that she's in love with a person that essentially doesn't love her back the same way, probably using and abusing her. But she is convinced in her head that that's completely okay. And it goes to show you that there are real people like that in real life, that there are girls that are with dudes that there's no reason for them to be with them, but it's something that they do anyways, and that's something that does happen. She wanted to get rid of, she wanted to get away from her family, and that was her out for the family, and that's a real life scenario. So, March Comes Like a Lion, I think, always wants to make sure you understand that the drama of these characters is really realistic and is trying to convey realism behind it. But overall, I think that the episode was really more to show that no matter what, even as Ray grows up and as he gets older and deals with, his inner conflicts, he still will always have this kind of break between him and his adopted sister. They're always going to have this thing where no matter what, I don't think they're ever going to move on from the past in many ways. She uses him in many ways just because she knows that he's kind of like that and he's kind. But the best quote I think for this whole episode came from when they were in the room together, sleeping. And he goes, "It's like we were sinking in the water," because that's what the image on screen is right now with this. He goes, I felt at least like we just sank further and further into the water, and there's really no coming back for us. And like even when she's saying, "I'll see you around," he wants to say yeah to her, but he can't find the words to even say that to her. He calls it, he clamps up essentially, and even says, that's how he reacted to it. And it goes to show you that time's moving on. It is moving, because at the very end of the episode, to kind of enforce this scene, which is why I love March Comes Like, I love when it could do this really well. It enforces by having Ray talk about how the next year is coming up for school and he's being left behind essentially. So he's going to be a second year of high school again, and that's some for him. He might be now 18 years old, but nothing's going to change. It's going to be essentially the same stuff that he's going through right now. And in this case, it right now seems like that. It seems like he's still kind of trying to find his groove as a person and trying to get out of this rut that he's put himself in, via all the stuff that's gone around him. And I'm not saying that, he's put himself in like in a bad way, like, oh, this is the cause of all of his mistakes. No, I'm saying more so because it's taken him so long to start getting out of that shell. Time's moving on, and he's only now getting out of it. So it's a lot of it was because he did not want to change, but now we are starting to finally see him change and realizing, I think, time is moving on. It's one of the most important quotes and phrases from this episode, from beyond even the bedroom scene, was that he talks about the whole another spring's coming. And so We get to see another episode of Ray finally admitting time is marching forward, and I'm very curious, like, how this series is going to wrap this up. What is going to happen near the end of these episodes? Are we going to have a time skip? Are we going to see Ray finally just maybe kind of unleash everything, talk to someone, vent to someone? I am very curious. I'm thinking it's going to be with Akari, that he's going to really vent all of his struggles and emotions, and she'll be there for him, because I feel like that's the person he's going to go to for that. But anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry for it being so late. I had plenty of things to do today. I didn't really feel that well this morning. I feel a lot better now, but I was just kind of worried that I was sick, so I went to sleep and stuff like that, try to fight it off right away. As always, if you do enjoy these reviews, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Sorry for that horrible outro. Have a great one, everyone. Bye bye.